Hey, it's Monica with It's Just Sewing, and you may already know this, but for the past 5+ years, I've been teaching beginners and children how to sew. So I have a really good idea of what frustrates people and what makes them feel successful. So today I want to discuss the top 5 things that I would look for on a sewing machine if I was going to buy one for a beginner or buy one for working with children. So here we go. So the first thing I would look for is speed control. And what's great about our Brother is that it actually has a dial so that you can start at the lowest speed, just like that, go up to the middle, and then go super fast when you get really, really confident. Now, speed control is so important because obviously you need to learn how to control the orientation of where your fabric's going before you can really increase your speed. And having the speed control here is really, really helpful. The other thing about the speed control is when you're working with children, you can dial down that speed so that they can focus on their hands. But there's one extra thing that these Brother machines have that I think is just superb for working with children. You can disattach the foot pedal. So here's my foot pedal right there. You can see it's completely unattached. And then we have a little tiny button right here that will allow you to sew with no gas pedal at all. So this is great because children can actually just focus on where their hands are, and there's no risk of them taking their eyes off of their fingers near the needle. The second feature I would look for is a super simple thread guide. This machine actually has numbers that show you exactly where your thread should go in order to thread the machine, and that is just priceless and super, super easy. So after you've used your really easy thread guide, the next thing that I would look for is a drop-in bobbin case that actually feeds your bobbin thread through easily and effortlessly. All you have to do is just lift open that tab, drop your bobbin in, wrap that thread through this little trail, and start sewing, and it feeds your bobbin through just beautifully. Okay, so by far and away, my absolute favorite feature on a new sewing machine is what I like to call the presser foot protection. So what happens is if you don't have this, you'll start to sew, and if your presser foot is not dropped, your fabric isn't going anywhere, and you will end up with a huge mess of thread underneath your fabric. Your machine will get jammed, the needle will get stuck, your hand wheel will get stuck, and you will get so frustrated, and you'll probably likely want to give up sewing altogether. But with the presser foot protection, notice I have the presser foot up, and I give it gas. I get an error message. It simply won't let me sew unless I drop the presser foot, and that saves me headache, it saves me frustration, and it makes me continue sewing, and that's really what this is all about. So presser foot protection is by far and away the best feature on any new sewing machine. So the final feature that I love on a new sewing machine is not a necessity whatsoever, but it really is nice to have, and it's what I call my sweet spot button. So what happens is if you're getting ready to take your fabric out of the machine, you may meet with a lot of resistance if you don't use your hand wheel to get the needle up to the highest point possible. Because when it's at that highest point, the thread totally chills out and the fabric comes out really fluidly and effortlessly. So if you have a sweet spot button like I do right here, your needle actually goes up to that spot, and that is so great because it glides out beautifully. You don't even have to think about the hand wheel anymore, and when you use it in conjunction with the thread cutter as you're bringing it out, you will have just the right amount of thread running out the back so that the next time you go to sew, you won't lose your thread out of the eye of the needle. How perfect is that? On my website, I have a full list of models and makes and styles of machines that I totally recommend. Some of them are perfect for quilting or working with heavy projects because they're more substantial and durable, and they're really, really nice machines. And then others are simpler and lighter weight and a little bit more cost affordable, and those are great for kids, like this one that we've used today. I've been using this one with my kids programs for years, and it's been fantastic. Now, I also have ones that have embroidery, so if you're interested in monogramming or anything like that, there's options on the website for that too. So you'll have to check those out at itsjustsewing.com. But the best part is every single machine has these 5 features that we've talked about, and by far and away they are going to take you from a fearful beginner to a fearless, creative sewing enthusiast in no time flat. So definitely make sure to check out our website and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!